This is an extract from the Azure Solutions Architect Expert page. You can see an attribution URL on the lower left to the slide, and as I'm probably going to repeat a couple more times, I give you all these links in the exercise files. Basically, this is describing how Microsoft views the Azure Solutions Architect from a job description standpoint. I've added to highlight myself, intermediate level skills in Azure administration and understanding Azure development and DevOps. So you don't have to code on the Azure Architect exams, but you have to be able to understand code. Now you're not going to see SDK code like C# or JavaScript. Instead, you'll see a high degree of Azure PowerShell, Azure CLI, and perhaps even some Kusto query language or KQL queries. So again, this is one reason why this is an expert-level certification. As an architect, you're advising stakeholders and translating business requirements, and you should have, I'm going down to the bottom paragraph now, advanced knowledge of IT operations, which goes beyond just simple Azure administration. As you can see, the first paragraph mentions intermediate Azure administration, but advanced experience across IT operations. In the last paragraph, it's a bit of a contradiction because they're mentioning both advanced IT operations and expert-level Azure administration skills, and then in the first paragraph it says the candidate should have intermediate-level skills. I don't know if that's a typo or what, but I just want to sum all this up saying that although Microsoft doesn't require that you document a certain amount of job experience, you don't want to come into the certification cold. That's why we have the Associate and Fundamentals level certs. Here's another diagram from the Microsoft Docs that shows to earn to the Azure Solutions Architect Expert badge, you have to pass AZ303 and 304. 303, the one that we're teaching right now in this course, is called Microsoft Azure Architect Technologies, and I say that is Azure architecture through the lens of the administrator. There's lots of implementation, lots of hands-on skills that are presumed, and you'll be asked detailed questions about implementation. By contrast, AZ304, Microsoft Azure Architect Design, is what I call a classical architecture exam where you're composing solutions where you need to know a little about most of the Azure products and you need to know how to compose solutions and stitch them together, but less on the clicky-clicky in terms of describing implementation. Now, you earn a badge for each exam, but you don't receive your Solutions Architect Expert badge until you pass the second of those two exams. I can probably presume a question that you may be thinking of. I'm studying AZ303 now, therefore, should I take this exam first? Does Microsoft require that? Well, let's answer some of those questions next.